Okay, so today we're gonna do this a little bit different. I'm a little bit shy to record in that kopitiam that I've tried their laksa just now, and that is because the kopitiam is really small. There is like nowhere else for you to sit other than in front of the laksa store itself. So I don't have the courage to record a review of the food in front of the laksa store. So here I am reviewing in the car. Okay, so the kopitiam I went to just now is called Choon Foh. It is a really small kopitiam. It used to be a mini mart or something like a grocery center, something like that, but I think the next generation actually turned it into a kopitiam, and I ate their laksa. It is time to talk about their laksa. First of all, I just want to talk about their presentation. Their presentation is on point. I love the bowl that they use to put the laksa in, and the way they serve the laksa. It looks really nice. I really love it. I'm gonna show a photo here, and I have to say the topping as well is really abundant. I really love the amount of topping that they actually gave us, and this is only 8 ringgit for a big bowl of laksa, and the portion is a lot. When I finish eating the laksa, I have to sit there for kind of like half an hour just to let it digest through my system a little bit, because it is legit a really big bowl of laksa. But I have spoken about the presentation, I'm talking about the topping and the portion, but what about the soup itself? Is the soup really good? I have to say the soup have some good point and some bad point. The good point of that soup is that it is spicy. This is the most spicy laksa I have tasted in my journey so far, and I love it. I love how it actually, like, it took me by surprise, not gonna lie. When I slurped that laksa, I was like, god damn, this is spicy, and I love it. But it lacks certain creaminess to the soup itself. It almost felt like I just feel a little bit weird because they have the color of the milk. They have, I think they did not add coconut milk. That is 100% for sure. They have a lot of spice, very spicy, but it lacks the creaminess in the soup itself. I know it is very hard for a laksa soup to find a balance between being spicy and being creamy at the same time, because when you add milk, when you add something creamy into the soup, it is gonna dilute the spiciness a little bit. So in order to find a balance and really balance it out, it really takes years and years of experience to know what you are doing, and that is why this journey even existed, because we are on the journey to find the best laksa. So obviously laksa is not an easy dish to make. I think it is easy to make, but it is very hard to be perfected, something like that. So it's kind of like ramen in Japanese culture. But let me move on to the bihun before I digress too far into another topic. So I just have to say the bihun is actually not that bad, okay? It is not the thick bihun, it is the thin bihun. It is very similar to the bihun that we tested in Dewi Laksa, which I really like. I really like the bihun in Dewi Laksa because it is able to absorb the smell of the laksa and manage to carry through the bihun itself. So the bihun is really good. It's smooth. I think most importantly, it's smooth compared to the one in Dewi Laksa. But the one in Dewi Laksa, the reason why it is not that smooth is because in the soup itself, it has a lot of spices. It has a lot of that, the sa of the laksa. I always say the sa of the laksa. I don't know how to explain this, but just the spice. I think it's just the existence of spice in the soup itself. The soup is not supposed to be smooth and clear like a ramen soup or kind of like a soup or chintan or something like that. It's supposed to be very messy, I would say. It's not supposed to be kind of like a filtered. I think it's not supposed to be a filtered soup. It's supposed to be a soup that actually carries a lot of spice raw spices in the soup itself. And this laksa stall that I went to, the Choon Foh kopitiam laksa, it is actually quite smooth. I don't find a lot of spice in the soup itself, and I think the reason is because of they actually filter it out, or maybe they didn't even use that much of a spice. So how do they actually get it so spicy? I think some of the trick is chili padi. You just chop it out and throw it into the soup. It's able to make any soup spicy. Okay, so but why am I talking about this? Let me move on to the next thing, and that is the prawn. Okay, the prawn is something else. Okay, the prawn is not the best. Really not the best. It actually have quite an abundance of prawn that actually served to me. I think I have around 6 prawn or 7 prawn. I'm not sure. I did not count it, but there is quite a lot of prawn for a bowl of laksa. Normally, if you are ordering for an 8 ringgit size. So, but I have to say that the prawn is dry and overcooked. I think when I first tested it, I wrote down dry. It is dry prawn, something like that. But after I think about it, like, why would a prawn be dry? And I started to understand a little bit, like, hey, maybe the prawn is overcooked and that is why it is dry, something like that. So that is kind of like my conclusion for why the prawn is dry, because it is overcooked. And I felt like a lot of people can easily overcook a prawn. You can very easily overcook a fish as well. Like, a lot of people, like, when they cook a fish, they do not know when to stop, because like, fish is very different from cooking a chicken, very different from cooking beef, and like, I would say every single poultry is gonna have a different timing to when to stop. And when you want to get the perfectly cooked meat, it is definitely very hard. If you overcook a salmon, no matter how fat it is gonna go dry. It's gonna become very disgusting to eat. But if you manage to cook it into the perfect texture, it's gonna be the best. So I really enjoy the bowl of laksa. I have tasted the Choon Foh laksa, but I have to say there is a lot of downside in the bowl of laksa. The prawn, like I said, it is overcooked. The bihun not the best because it lacks flavor. And I think the part of the problem because of the bihun is the soup itself. The soup didn't manage to bring in other flavor other than the fact that it is spicy. So that is my review of the Choon Foh laksa store. But now I'm gonna go on my journey to find another laksa store. So I'll be seeing you guys when I'm at the laksa store. Hopefully, if you see me back in the car, means I chicken out once again and I ended up recording in the car once again. But I try my best not to record too much in the car. I know I talk better in the car because I have complete privacy and I complete confidence on I can just be focused on you, or be focused on the camera itself, rather than having to fight with my own self in the kopitiam. Like, so it really depends. Maybe you can let me know in the comment section below, like, do you prefer me reviewing the food in the car, or do you prefer me review the food inside on the kopitiam itself when I was eating the laksa? So let me know, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next laksa store. That is all from me right now. Okay, so now I am at a kopitiam called Lau Tee Fang and I'm trying their laksa. This is really interesting because for a place that called Lau Tee Fang, it is indeed all the kopitiam. Every single one of the people that is here are old people. All of their customers are mainly old people. Okay, like most of them are old people. Very interesting stuff, but it's really. 是啊，是啊，还没有吃啊，对啊，吃啊，yeah. But the people here is very friendly, very entertaining and stuff. But yeah, let me just try the laksa. I really love the presentation. This is yet another store that gave me tofu. Really did not expect that. And they have egg, they have chicken, and they have a lot of prawn. Okay, really love that. The best thing about the prawn is, are they fully de-prawn or deshelled? No, they're not fully deshelled, but the skin of the prawn is very soft. Okay, so that is something really good. Let me start off by tasting the soup a little bit. Wow, very creamy. This soup is really creamy, but it lacks a little bit of spiciness and kick to it, so I'm not sure how to feel about it. Okay, and let me add in some sambal and just taste it again. You need to stir it up. Let me stir it up first. Stir up the laksa and see how it tastes like. After I add in the sambal. Okay, after I add in the sambal, it is definitely way more spicier than I expected. It's really unexpected. But this is the thing that I'm talking about. The balance between the spiciness and the creaminess needs to be there. This is, I don't know why, but even though it has a lot of creaminess to the soup itself, but it lacks a little bit of flavoring there. So I don't taste any sweetness. I don't taste much flavor in the soup itself. So I'm not sure how to comment on the soup, but it is creamy, and after adding in the sambal, it is spicy, but it still lacks a little bit of flavor in my opinion. It's not strong enough. No, not strong enough. So let me now try the bihun. The bihun is a lot though. The portion is crazy. It's it's really a lot, so really unexpected. But let me just try the bihun. Good, perfect, smooth, delicious. Exactly. This is the bihun I like. It's thick, it's smooth, easy to chew, easy to swallow, easy to digest. Very amazing. Very good. About the prawn, is the prawn good? The prawn looks amazing. It looks like it has been deveined, but I'm not so sure. Okay, because I don't see any exit point. Okay, I see an exit wound for the vein, but it looks cooked. It looks like it is cooked perfectly. It's not too dry. It still have a little bit of moist in it. So I'm just gonna give it a try. Amazing. This prawn is amazing. Chewy, it's very chewy. I really love how even though it have the skin on, but the skin is not like hardened or at all. It is like very soft shells for the prawn. So I really enjoy this. The prawn is really fresh, and they actually give me quite a lot of prawn. And I just wanna let you know, before I order, I did not pull out my camera, so they do not know that I'm gonna record like a review or something like that. So every time you come here, this is the amount of prawn that you're gonna have. So it's really amazing. But this is 10 ringgit. 10 ringgit for this amount of laksa and prawn, I think it's worth it. Really amazing bowl of laksa. Once again, this is the Lau Tee Fang laksa. Really love it. One comment, okay, one gripe I have is I need more flavoring in the soup itself, because other than the fact, I think overall every single thing about this laksa is amazing except for the soup. If the soup has like more flavor, I'm not sure what flavor is it, but maybe a little bit of sweetness in the midst of the spiciness, that would be amazing. Overall, a really amazing bowl of laksa here that we have. So if you are around the corner, Lau Tee Fang, it is located at Liu Papa. If you are like Sarawakian, if you are someone from Kuching, you will know where is Liu Papa. Third Mount Liu Papa is like behind the entire thing. It's called Lau Tee Fang. Very amazing place. You should check it out. So that is all from me in this video. Hope you enjoy what you see here. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Click that subscribe button and we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.